Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Off the Shelf Comics. I am Labs Comic Fan, and with me, as always, is Warren, Lunchbox Comics. How you doing today, sir?
I am doing good today, sir. It's been a good day.
Awesome. So, right off the top, if you guys like what we're doing, and we are trying, but if you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button and like the videos because it helps out a lot. Like it helps out a lot. It's going to get us out there. We want this channel to grow as best we can. And hopefully we'll get caught on the algorithm or something like that. But if you could like and subscribe, share it, tell your friends, and hit post notifications, and you'll always be up to date with what we're doing. And we have a lot of stuff in the works. I'm a little bit injured at the moment. I broke my pinky toe, but my foot is just destroyed. It is literally just black and blue. It is awful. I am in a lot of pain, and it's keeping me from doing some stuff. I have to keep it elevated and all that stuff, and I haven't been doing that, and it's just getting worse. So I got to take some time away, but we are going to do the reviews that we promised you. And today we are going to be talking a great book, man. I thought this was phenomenal. What did you think?
I would say, depending on how 4 does, this is number 1, best of the series so far. Best of the 4. Like, I haven't seen 4, of course, but so far this is the best one.
And we are talking about DC's K.O. tie-in to the K.O. event. It's Knightfight, Batman Knightfight, and this is number 3. And this one's called Last Bat Standing. And right out the gate, man, I thought this was phenomenal. I thought this was really good. And I was very surprised at Dan Mora's art is always good. But the fact that he decided just to take over full art on the book, because I know at first he was doing some and then not. And then, there was some mixed stuff. But it's just straight up him. I don't know how he does it.
I have no idea. I don't even draw as nearly as close as good as he does, and I can't draw as fast as he does. And that's, sometimes when you see these really talented artists, there's time behind that because they're really focusing in. But he's doing multiple books, and he doesn't seem to ever be late. So unless they've been doing this stuff super early and he's stacked up work, it's just amazing. I still think he has 6 arms. That's one of the things.
Well, I'm wondering because, it's like he's some of the stuff they've only just announced. So it's like, how could he know?
Yeah. And there's no quality drop. There's no,
not at all.
If you look at Transformers, if you look at this book, if you look at anything else he's doing, there's no quality drop. It's all top notch. And it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Oh, a second. Some of this is a little bit messed up here. Here we go. Sorry, go ahead and talk for a minute because I'm looking at the book, and for some reason, my book is backwards here. Okay, okay. I'll just do this. I'll do it like that. Okay, that's fine. I got it. All right. So you want to just get into the book?
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. Let's get right into this. All right, so Knightfight number 3, Last Bat Standing. What do you think of the DC K.O. 3 cover? I thought that was really cool. I liked our play on the cover.
Yes. Our play on the cover was amazing. It's just that is a really good cover. I want a poster of that, take away all the trade dress.
Yeah. If you saw our thumbnail for this episode, I did a little bit of a Quentin Tarantino look on the one of the covers for this book right now. So, but we'll start off, man, and it starts basically right where the last issue left off, where the Jason is fighting with Batman, and he thinks he's Clayface, and he turns into Clayface. So we found out, inside the heart, you can manipulate power somehow, because he kind of turned right into Clayface. So what did you think of that? Like, that was a little bit off-putting and weird, but it was like, it made sense compared to what the other people are going through.
Yeah, it just it was well, you know, with the versus ones, you do see somewhat being able to choose what form they want, but
Right.
this one where it was like Batman, just like, did he always know he had that ability? He didn't use it earlier in the issue, so it's just kind of like he accepted it. And then Batman's very adaptable, so maybe that's the way to do it. But it seemed very quick, and all of a sudden he's just like full on Clayface mode.
Right. It's interesting. We got a couple comments here. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Yes, it is very awesome. Thank you for showing up. I can't read from that far away. So does that say Zamastabilda?
Yeah, Zamastabilda.
Oh, nice. How you doing, sir? Hope you find this day very good. But so yeah, it's pretty crazy because like it's almost like Batman is going through his mini tournament with the heart.
Yeah.
And it's off to the side, and we learn a little bit later kind of the conditions and why he's able to cheat, as it were.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it says the Heart of Apocalypse has created twisted alternate futures for me. He says, I knew you were Clayface, where I must fight my former Robins. And Bruce is pleading with Jason that he is not Clayface, and he hits Jason, and he starts falling to his death. Now, in this world, Jason is the only person there. Like, literally, Gotham is like the bottled city of Kandor, except Joker unleashed like a nuke, basically, of Joker gas. And the whole bottom part of Gotham is just nothing but Joker gas.
And Jason's been here for what, like 20 years by himself?
Something like that. Yeah, like 20 years by himself.
Happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's there, so he patrols around, find there's no cracks, no way of anything getting out, and that's where this heart had made this universe for Batman. So, you know, he's basically, Batman's like, I'm done playing the Heart's game, and he rescues Jason. So Jason's kind of like, what the fuck, like, what? and the whole time Batman is trying to talk to the Robins by bringing up things like, you know, things from their past only maybe he would know, so he could kind of prove to them that he is Batman, but none of them believe him. None of them. So we get this, and Bruce is basically saying, you know, you're alone here. You know, I know this isn't real, but I don't care. You're important to me, and I'm going to stay here with you. We're going to figure out how we can get out of this together. And as soon as he says that, and Jason looks at him, he's like, together? That's when the Heart freaks out. And he's like, no. You cheated. And he like, it's weird how they represent the Heart too. It's like a black, ominous, like bunch of wisps and lines and bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like when you go find all those cords from old electronics, you put it in a box and you pick it up, and it's just a giant ball of wires.
It's like the smoke monster from Lost mixed with the wires in a box.
What's up, Michael?
Hey, Michael, how you doing? How you been, man? Hope you're doing well. So this is where we get the crux of what's been going on and what Knightfight is actually all about. This was great writing, I thought, and it was well done. I love how it's like he's in the void of darkness here.
Yeah.
And it says, you don't make the rules, Batman. I make the rules. Batman tells him, he's like, I'm done with your game, Heart. I'm not doing what you want anymore. I refuse to fight my children. Say, oh, really? How about I reveal what has been going on in the tournament since your elimination? Witness the fate of your allies. He says, they're losing. They need you. But not only that, not only are they losing and they need you, but the fucking Joker is the one who's winning.
Yeah.
He's got the most, you know, Omega energy, and it's not looking good. Even with Superman being nigh omnipotent, I don't think it would matter because of how much Omega energy Joker would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how
Plus,
does
just
that?
the
Yeah.
Joker, the way he is, he can damn near outsmart anyone. His tactics are really genius level, and it's been showing a lot in this big event.
Well, yeah, getting Mixel split lick, Mixie, getting him was like pretty much like an ace up his sleeve, which was really ingenious.
Yeah.
Micah says he's doing all right, but kind of tired. How are we doing? I mean, I'm good, man. Just recovering. My foot is completely black and blue. It's like gone up through my calf now. It's not good. I need to be off my feet and have it up in the air. But other than that, like, I'm honestly great. Honestly.
Yeah, I've been doing good. Diet's still holding strong. I'm almost at my first month completed. And today I went to go work out in the gym, and I'm starting to lift now, and I'm starting to feel pretty good.
Awesome, man. So here we go. This is where it is. This is where the crux of the story of Knightfight is. He said, the heart says, before I was merely punishing you for your attempting to cheat. Because if you remember, when the Joker eliminated him, Batman brought a mother box like type device that would bring him back. If he got eliminated, it would bring him back to Earth Prime. So he could go and help and figure out what's going on, and he could help from that end. Because he knows, like, with all the villains there and all that, just everything going on, they weren't able to get everybody. So someone, regardless if the Earth's going to end, there's going to be villains out there that are going to make a play for something, Got to watch out for Polka Dot Man and Condiment Man.
Yes. Oh, don't forget the kite guy.
Oh, Kite Man. That's very true. And the heart says, I will make you a deal, Batman, a new offer. If you beat my challenge, I will return you to the tournament. So we basically had figured that's kind of what was going on. We were saying that back in like issue 1 or 2 when we were trying to figure out, like, was he actually somewhere else, which we find out he was. This was being created by the heart. And he, basically was going to go back to the tournament. We figured somehow, some way, Batman would have to figure into the end of KO because you couldn't have him there through the whole thing because he would be outsmarting everybody. How you can only write so many, like, you see what I did here was.
Yeah. And especially when the KO event is really around Superman. Mm-hmm. And taking Batman out of that equation really takes away a crutch for Superman. He doesn't have Batman to lean on to keep him focused. So now Superman's figuring the stuff out on his own.
Right. And Batman asks him, why should I trust you? He says, you can't. From here on out, the challenges will be much more difficult. I will test you in ways that are not physical. I will test your mind and your heart. So that right there, and Batman's going, no. So what if he was already doing that, kind of, but it was supposed to be physical, and Batman was reacting with his smarts and his intelligence and his heart? What are these challenges going to be that these are actually made for him to use his intelligence and heart, since he cheated and didn't physically beat them down,
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. So we get our very best Clue rendition.
Yes.
Like we got a Batman here that we'll find out who it is soon. And basically they're solving, reading Frankenstein, which I think is hilarious. Thumbing through the pages of Frankenstein, and there's all these people in here. It's literally like Clue. And I'm here because I uncovered the killer. And we know it's not Mrs. White, even though people are angry about who her father was. And she's like, I was so ashamed. I shouldn't have lied. And most of you suspect Mr. Green because of his many other crimes, alleged crimes. It's like, but only an amateur detective would believe such things. No, I know exactly who killed Dalton Gary. In fact, they're in this room. Soon I will tell you, blah, blah, blah. And then the killer outs himself and says, hey, you're too smart for your own good, Batman. This blood will be on your hands. And he calls some sort of device, and it's a bat, but it's like, what the fuck is that? Is it digital? Is it
a construct? It's like some kind of like digital construct. And I don't know why the guy just didn't slit his throat. He just watched this digital construct bat fly up to him.
Like, I got you, but oh shit, what is that? It's a bat. Ah, I don't want to slit your throat anymore.
Bats are so icky.
Yeah. So this Batman, he beats him down. Says long time since I had to resort to fisticuffs. So here we go. This is interesting. And says, great work, Batman. So smart, so brave. He said, I knew it was him. Truly, you are the world's greatest detective. It's almost like Golden Age Batman in the way that the people are acting.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the guy says, congratulations, Batman. Another crime solved. Gotham is safe because of you. Not a single open cold case left in our fair city once again. So every mystery has been solved. But this Batman says, all except one. They say, excuse me? He said, there is one case I've never solved. So you want to take it from here?
Yeah. So we go back to the Batcave, and then he's talking to let's see here. It was he's talking with Stephanie. Oh, that's right, Stephanie. And her and Cass, they're in multiple Carlton Matisse. They're trying to invite him out to celebrate, but
we find out it's Tim because they say, "Hey, Tim."
Oh yeah, Tim. And this is Tim. And just like with all of the other Robins in the beginning, Batman went through all of their traits. Dick was leadership. Jason was kind of his loner. And then Tim was the intelligent detective type. So this is kind of a manifestation of that. Right. And then we see him here in the Batcave. He denies what's going on. And then he tells him he'll call you back. And then he gets this message on his computer screen, which apparently he could read binary, because he's like, Tim, this is Bruce. I need your help. Odd. I do love a good puzzle. It's been a long time since someone hacked the Bat computer. Trying to take over my cave, please. And then, so he talks about this as the Oracle 2.0 defense, or the defense is the Oracle 2.0 built. And then we see behind him one of the mechanical armors start to move.
Yep.
And then he does his holographic bat thing again.
That seems to be his big weapon of choice.
Yes.
Hologram. What do they call them? Like hard light constructs, stuff that you can actually interact with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then now the robots are talking to him, and it's like, hey, it's me, Bruce. So we find out that Batman is in his either computer system or he's the one trying to hack him. We're not quite exactly 100% sure yet, but eventually they hold him down, and then we see the Batman hologram where he tells him, I've been in your computer for the last few days trying to get myself free, take control. He's trying to tell him, he tells him that he's proud of him. You've dedicated yourself to not only solving all the crime in Gotham, but Gotham itself. You're smarter than I ever was. And this is one thing, a common thing too, is that Batman admits to them. It's like you each have become better Batman than me. So it's like the Heart's trying to, I guess, test his ego, if you will. And every time Batman's going,
I don't think so. I think the Heart in the original ones wanted him to fight them, and he was doing that himself.
Okay.
And he cheated. That's why I said you cheated. You were getting out of all of the scenarios that the Heart put before him by not destroying them.
Yeah.
Like he didn't kill them, which is what the Heart wanted him to do. I think that's what the Heart wanted him to do. This one is obviously a little bit different because, he said, I'm going to test your intelligence and your heart. But before, because he said, it's not physical anymore. It's not physical. And I think that's what the Heart wanted him to do, because if he does that, not only does he cross that line that he'll never cross, but it's also one of the Robins. And what would break him more than that? The only thing that could possibly break him more than that is if he had to kill his parents.
Yeah. And even
or Alfred.
In his mind, knowing that these aren't real Robins, these are not his kids. His kids are either dead from the first part of the tournament or still back in Gotham. But it's still, he can't bring himself to do it. It's just too much for him. And Tim yells at him, then why can't I solve your murder?
So that's the murder that's open.
That's the one case.
Yeah, and you're right about him getting over his ego. I think that's the storyline that they were trying to tell for Batman, but I don't think that was the Hart's storyline.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of like why, he's like, why you cheated and shit like that, and why it happens again. Yeah. But it's interesting to see all of them. They take off it's like they're older, and they kind of resemble Bruce in a way.
Yeah, they all do.
They'll just kind of take on his face. So, but sorry, go ahead.
So, he's like Tim takes off his mask. He's like, please, whether you're AI or you're real, I don't need you to patronize me. You were a great detective, but I never took you to be a great therapist.
Right. Because Bruce told him, like, you can solve this. You have all the clues. You know who did this.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't know. But
and then he's like, you held on to that mystery to keep him alive. And he's like, no. Tim's like, I wish I could just solve one last case with you. Mm-hmm. And then Batman's like, we'll go through here. And he talks about, see, like, what is missing from my belt. Mm-hmm. And then instantly Tim's like, oh my God, I know who killed you. You solved it. You beat me. The only one way to know is we need to go catch him. And then Tim's like ecstatic because he gets to have this last case with Bruce. Mm-hmm. He talks about loading him up into the computer. And then the Heart
load him up into a robot. Yeah.
Yeah, now the Heart looks a little bit more mechanical, but it's like, no, we're not going to do that. And then we see a sad Tim. He's like, he doesn't want to do this without him. Yep. And then the Heart's like, you were supposed to fight him, not help him. And Bruce is like, you're just mad because I beat you, man. What's up? And then he goes,
I beat your test my way. You're just stupid, you dumb talking sentient Heart. Whatever that means.
And because of that, I will break you. I can show you all of the different versions of Batman you will face. I can make the people you love want to kill you, but instead I will hurt you in a different way. And then, boom, he's like, I warned you. Bruce wakes up. He could instantly tell from his hands, the wrinkles, that he's much older. He mentions that Jason's Gotham was silent because he was the only one there. But he realized he's not in a mansion or my brownstone. This is Crime Alley, but it's alive. He's like, he doesn't even know like how it's possible. I've never seen the city like this. And then here's a voice behind him. I saved Gotham, Father. And it is Damian, who again looks a lot like Bruce, but he is actually
very, very interesting how Mora does this. He automatically just turns into Japanese animation.
Yeah,
like all of a sudden it's a manga. Like it's like, look at him. Like look at this. Like what? Like what? What happened?
It might be just because of how much work he's doing too, that he starts loosening up a bit when it comes to like eyes and style. Yep. So then he's like, yeah, I followed your footsteps. I started my own path, and now Gotham doesn't need a Batman anymore. And Batman's like in shock. He says, we need to talk to him. And this is one thing, a really interesting part. Damian's instantly like, hold on. I'm too smart not to know. He knows the world isn't real. He can see the cracks in his peripheral. And whatever built it or made me too smart and too much like what I imagine the real me is like. And all this is part of some cosmic contest.
Like, how would he know that it's a cosmic contest?
Yeah. It's
like, that's ridiculous. Like, unbelievably ridiculous line.
So then here's you are real. This was made to manipulate you. Can you help me escape? And he's like, I will, if you want, which is a really important point. If you want, but first I need you to understand what is at stake for me. And then he's like, calls over. It's like, hey, don't be scared. Come over here, Father. I would like you to meet your grandson. His name is Alfred. And this is kind of where it just like, boom.
Look at it though.
Oh yeah, that's straight up manga, man. That's like,
like awesome ending, fantastic ending to this book. And the book that comes out next week, that is the end of this series. And it's gonna go into DC K.O 4 and 5, which are the end of the KO. But the next issue, Batman versus Happiness, the showdown you've all waited to see.
It reminded me a lot of that scene in Inception where Leonardo and them are down in that like basement where everyone's like hooked up into these machines, and the old man's like, who are you to say what is reality? And even that's why like Tim's like, if you want, I will, or Damien's like, if you want, I will help you get out of here. And this is like the big test. It's like this is utopia for Bruce. Like this is everything that he could have ever possibly wanted. There's no malice. Damien's not trying to kill him. Damien's even like, if you want to, I will help you leave, but I want to show you what you're leaving. Here's baby Alfred,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like it. The only problem I have with it is we've seen stuff like this, like even in KO, like we've seen like Superman, get hooked up to the freaking thing from the man. What do you get? The Man Who Has Everything comic.
Oh yeah, the plant thing. Yeah.
And it's like the black something. I can't remember what it's called right off the tip of my head, but we've seen this before. Like, even if it's this great thing, why would they want to stay there? It's not real. They know it's not real. And unless they've just given up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, has he given up? It doesn't seem like it, because he seemed like he was trying to help them. I think they were trying to set it up with Jason where he was like, I'm going to stay here with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here in this stupid, terrible Gotham because, I missed my time with you and I didn't, have all of these things with you. Now with Damien, it is completely different because that's his biological son and he's a completely different person. Apparently he's an anime character now. So that's a big deal for you.
Well, it's also too, Damien doesn't need to be saved. Like, no. Tim needed help and wanted with the last case. Jason was alone and he was going to rescue him from his isolation. Even Dick had certain
Dick was
levels.
Turning into him.
Yeah, Dick was turning into him. He almost had to save him from himself. Damien doesn't need to be saved. It's just like, oh no, this is cool. And I wonder, because it is a good point you brought up. Like, Superman got hit with this. Superman also got hit with the vision before KO 3 of the utopia that he could create in his image. This one, do you think this one is going to hit Bruce harder? Because
it's happened to him before. So I think so, because that's the journey that we've been on with the character through this whole Knightfight. Like, that's it. He's going to have they're going to set it up to where he has some really hard decisions to make.
Yeah.
But we know for sure he's going to get back into the tournament. But how and what does that look like and what does that mean? Does he somehow come with all his Bat family somehow, some way? Does he manipulate it to where he can figure out how to get them with who knows what they're going to
Does he have to kill Damien? And is Damien like, here's a knife, Dad, you have to do it. And then, and you have to kill me in order to get out of here. And that's like the step that Bruce has to take, is like, maybe that's what they're setting up. It's like, either stay in this utopia or you have to kill me.
Yeah, like he'll get out of it some way. It would be hard for me to see them doing that, like him actually doing it. I could see them going that direction by saying that's what you have to do, but him actually doing it, I don't know. That kind of, like, if you want to piss off a generation of readers, then for sure.
Yeah.
even if it's fake, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not something that's in his character to do. So
it is interesting how it mirrors what he was talking to Superman, where it's like, you got to play the game, you got to play for keeps. And now he's put in a situation where it's like, you have to take your own advice. It might come down to where it's just like, the only way out of this is to kill me, father,
Right. Well, as much as I love Superman and Batman, obviously, there's one thing about both of them. They're massive hypocrites. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I mean, just through the lineage, I don't want to say that is like that's how their characters are, but we've seen it multiple times. We've seen it happen multiple times. I just like the setup. I like that what you're talking about. Would he possibly have to kill him? And that's the choice. How does he make that choice? What does that choice look like? Where do they go from here? Even if he gets back into the tournament, what does that mean? You know, because it would be weird, like him just showing up by himself with all the Omega energy that all of the other ones have and all the shit that they already have with them. Like if he just comes back as regular Batman, I don't care how much prep time you have, you're getting smoked by God level, you know,
Yeah.
final four, final two.
Unless they send him back to tournament and he's acquired a bunch of Omega energy from the whatever he has to do to get out of this.
I know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. It's Superman's going to be the last one there, and his last test that's when Bruce comes back into the tournament, and he's going to have to kill Bruce.
Oh, that's a good one too.
He's going to have to kill Bruce, and that's the way it's got to be, because you know Bruce would be too tempted to try to fix things. Where he'll tell Superman, like, you know, like you're the one we all look up to. You're the one that has the power to do this. I'll be tempted to fix things. You're the only one that can put it back to the way it was.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a great ending.
Yeah. I still wonder if Snyder's setting up something where Superman does make the right decision, sets everything up, but he does something selfish that sends reverberations that we'll get to see down the road. Like something he does changes something, and then that sets it apart to the next event or the next storylines coming down the road, because it'll be interesting, because we all kind of assume that if Superman wins, he'll do the right thing. But what if after all of this, he does do that selfish thing, and if that selfish thing leads to something terrible down the road, even past.
I mean, it could be. They could do the butterfly effect. You know what I mean? They could do that. That is something that could happen. You know, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities for it, and I think that if you're not reading this along with KO, you're missing out. Like you are missing out on a lot, because you're getting to know the heart more. You know the heart more in this than you do anything else. Because in the heart and the other ones is just like, okay, champions, pick your form.
Yeah, now he's like the Mortal Kombat announcer.
Right.
Finish him.
Right. It's true. But this, he's like actually talking. He has like the form of the smoke monster with box of wires, you know, and it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all wraps up.
I am too. It's a very, very cool event. I'm usually not a fan of events, but this one I've been really into, and it'll be interesting to see the long-term effects of this and what they're setting up for the future of DC mainline, you know, mainstream.
Yeah, I wish that the mainline books were like really good. Like Green Lantern is good, Aquaman has been good, but like Superman has gotten better, but I don't like kind of what is coming up. They're doing this thing where they're hearkening back to the 90s with the reign of Superman, but it's going to be the reign of Superboys. So Clark is going to be taking a back seat or being gone for a little while. Not sure for how long, but because like Superman, the actual book, since like I think like 27 or 25 or whatever, I can't remember exactly which issue, has been really good. And I think they're up to like 34 or 35. It's been great, man. Like it's honestly been really good. And we'll see. There's a lot on the table, and there's a lot left to pick at. You know, we got one more Knightfight, we got 2 more KOs, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's in between. There's so many tie-ins to this series, and I have bought all of them. And what we'll do before we do DC K.O. 5, we'll get the whole stack. And we'll go look through them. We'll talk about, man. I have bought, like, since I've been laid up, dude, I'm being honest. I've bought so many comics and I need to stop. I gotta stop. I've been buying stuff where I'm just like, yeah, fuck it.
We're gonna have to send you to meetings, like
I know, right? Yeah, I'm
now.
Steve.
Without getting into any details, are
Mhm.
the spin-offs, are any of them close to
You mean
this level?
tie-ins?
The tie-ins are close to
Mhm.
this level of good, or is it
I
just
mean,
been?
yeah, there's some of them that, no, I don't know about close to this level, but I mean, you've read all the fight ones.
Well, yeah, the
Um,
versus ones, but yeah.
there's, I mean, we could, here, I'll do this. We'll go and we'll look here. Let me get the old KO order. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go.
Because it would be interesting to see the after effects of this and what, because DC, just like Marvel, they're doing overall Western comics are doing better sales wise, like 9% up from 24, 23. But at the same time, it's not even close to where they want it to be. So, and with
Well,
the
no.
recent interview by Jim Lee, I'm wondering if there's going to start being some big shakeups at DC.
I mean, there could be, but like Jim Lee, dude, I anytime anybody from Western comics starts talking about manga, I don't take anything they say seriously. I just don't. I just don't take anything they say seriously. We understand, like, manga is killing it, but you got, like, manga is it is way more accessible. It's everywhere. You go to Walmart and buy
Yeah,
volumes of
yeah.
everything. It's the continuity is in itself. These guys stay on one book. It's like their creation. They don't have people meddling with it. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. They don't have to like the character
They're
and
not bogged down with.
wait for someone to write it well.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
not bogged down by canon. They're not bogged down by other people's work. It's
correct.
essentially with manga, it's a sink or swim system where you bring in your story. If it sells, we keep publishing it, and then it doesn't matter if it's cooking, hockey, whatever it
Oh
is.
yeah,
We're
I
going to keep
mean,
going.
and with the advent of anime, with how they do most anime, it's literally like page for page, right? What it was, so you get to see it come to life. They
Yeah.
might make some, they might make some choices that are different, but most of the time, if it's a great manga, they keep it pretty close.
Yeah.
So
Like
that's what people want to see.
the only thing now is that they'll make the fight scenes bigger and better.
Well,
Like
right, they
Jujutsu
do that,
Kaisen does
or
that. Yeah.
like they have filler episodes so that the manga can go,
Yeah.
because Japanese
Yeah.
television, they don't take breaks. Like, I've tried to tell this to people, like when Power Rangers, like the Super Sentai, when that one ends, when there's the 52 episode or 50 episodes, literally the next week they go to the next series. And it's every week and
Yeah.
all year round. Like, so they don't really take massive breaks. Like when you watch Naruto, that's why there's so many filler arcs, because they had to let the manga go so they could animate that, those chapters. But here we go. We'll do this before we get out of here. We'll take a look at the DC KO event in whole. So it started off with Justice League Unlimited 11, which I would say it kind of started in the DC All In special. That's kind of where Darkseid did the whole thing where he merged with the Spectre, and then he did the Machine, and then he created the universe. So like that set it all off. That set off the Absolute Universe. That set off kind of where they're going in that direction. The Omega Act special #1, which I thought was great. Aquaman #11 was tie-in. That's been good. Like I said, that's been a good book. I think he gets a lot less credit than he should. Jeremy Adams, he righted the Green Lantern, because after Grant Morrison had Green Lantern and totally just destroyed everything about it, he came in and corrected continuity and did all this stuff. And yeah, so he kind of did the same for Aquaman. And so that's when KO started, #1. So that was the first event issue. So Titans #28. I have it. I didn't read it. But Superman 31 I read. Superman, like I said, has been good. So it's interesting that a lot of the tie-in books are mainline continuity books outside of Batman and Wonder Woman. I don't know if there's any Wonder Woman tie-ins. I don't think so. The Flash 26. These are the only issues of the Flash that I bought, so I can't tell you if the Flash has been good or not. You know, I don't read it. I haven't read Flash in so long. I just know that when I was reading it, it wasn't really great at all. Like, it just wasn't. But this book is okay. Justice League Unlimited has been pretty good, and that's where Knightfight started. Knightfight #1 started here. Titans also has a few issues that are tie-ins. Number 30 is one of the All Fight Month books. So they were setting a lot of what was going on Earth in the Titans book. Like, while they were in the tournament, what's going on Earth.
Okay.
KO 2, then Superman. That was one of the Lex Luthor tie-ins. Flash again. Justice League Unlimited, then Knightfight 2 we did here, and then this is where all the Fight Month started.
Okay.
These were all the Fight Month books. So it took place in Superman 33, Flash 28, then there was this one-shot. Titans number 30 was Cyborg and Swamp Thing, and then there was this one-shot, and the Aquaman versus Hawkman took place in Aquaman number 12. So there was, I think, 3 one-shots with Superman, Captain Atom, Wonder Woman, Lobo, and Harley Quinn, Zatanna. Oh, no, and then there was the other one with Red Hood versus the Joker.
Yeah.
So there were 4 tie-ins, or 4 one-shots, and 4 regular books that were tie-ins. So then Justice League Unlimited 14 was right before Knightfight number 3. So then we get DC K.O. 3, but I don't know how you do that because we already did DC K.O. 3. So before 4 comes out, we're going to have Aquaman number 13. And this just came out last week. Titans number 31. DC K.O. Green Lantern Galactic Slam. Superman 34. Just came out today. This just came out today. I ordered all of these. They should be here tomorrow. So, like, I got this book. I haven't read it yet. And I have not read Titans 31. So I'm pretty much up to right here, basically, in my reading. So I got to read these 2. And then I just ordered these. They should be here by tomorrow. So we got but on book 30 of this, Superman 34, Flash 29, Justice League Unlimited, DC K.O. The Kids Are All Fight special. So a one-shot, another one-shot, DC K.O. boss battle. Then we get Knightfight number 4 happens right before DC K.O. So we get this book next week. And then the week after, we get KO number 4. So next week, we will review Knightfight 4 the day it drops. And then the week after, we will review DC K.O. number 4. Now, we'll have a few weeks or a month to lead up to DC K.O. number 5. I think then we might do some of the other big issues that take place in between then. But I think that's the time, Warren, that we should start recording for Spider-Man, Wolverine, but keep doing live shows around the KO event.
Yeah,
do
of
pre-recorded
course.
videos for that.
Yeah.
So then we get DC KO number 4, then Aquaman 14, Titans 32, Superman 35, Flash 30, Justice League Unlimited 16. Then it ends with 42 books for DC KO 5. So that's going to be a full omnibus in itself.
Yeah, this is going to be quite the omnibus.
If you look at the cover for Justice League Unlimited number 16, that's quite the crazy cover there.
Yeah, is that Joker?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
this is during they've been hitting a lot on Mr. Terrific, right? In Justice League Unlimited, it's been like the Mr. Terrific show. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. What he was dealing with during this time, whenever the Omega energy got dispersed when Darkseid opened the rift, he had the Challengers of the Unknown go, and there was like 5 points of Omega energy, and they were inspecting it and stuff like that. And all these different freaking things from like different universes. Hey, Eric Guapo, what's up?
Hey,
They
what's up,
just
buddy?
came out of nowhere, like Electric Blue Superman. All these different characters started showing up to the Watchtower, and they're all like out of place. And Mr. Terrific has been dealing with it while the KO event's been going on. It's been like mass hysteria for him. So, but yeah, so that's what's happening. And, you know, Warren, what do you have going on this week?
I'll be doing a pre-recorded show tomorrow with Dingus Den over the Transformers Volume 3 that we're going to be going over that, and it should pop out probably next couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I got Friday, the last panel with you, where we're going to be doing our top 10 Steven Spielberg movies.
That'll be fun.
And I also will be, doing my daily shorts about my health journey, as well as more Lunchbox Comics reacts. I'm thinking about doing a reaction or a talking about the DC Compact line.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking about that for a bit, so I just need to organize that and do it. And plus working on some more shorts for Off the Shelf. And then on Tuesday, I will be doing another live stream. So if you follow me at Lunchbox Comics, I believe the link is in the description. You'll be able to see a bunch of stuff that I'm doing there. I got word back that the Sig and Joe graphic novel is printing right now as we speak.
Woo-hoo.
So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I get the email that says. So that's a big thing I'm looking for right now.
That's awesome, man. That's fantastic. I've been hurt, so I have a whole bunch of that going on, and I'll be on Last Panel on Friday, where we do the top 10 Spielberg. And then after that, I am going to take a break. I will be on Tuesday for Thank God It's Tuesday. Next Wednesday, we will do Knightfight number 4. And then, the same schedule that I've been keeping. I think I'm just going to put that in the description so we don't have to keep saying what we do every week.
Yeah.
That way, if you want to add something new to it, you could say what you're doing new. But mainly, guys, like, what we would like is for everybody to, like and subscribe. And in the comments, you could always, if you want to comment on the video after it's posted, or even in the comments here, we would love to hear what you guys are either reading or what you would like us to review. Because I have no problem picking up books and trying something new. If you guys want something, we want this to be a very interactive show where you guys start getting involved and letting us know, hey, there's this independent book, or hey, there's, what's up, Anthony? There's this other book that you guys haven't talked about or read, but no, we have not reviewed any of the Ultimate Universe yet. We plan on it, but we want to do DC K.O. first. That was like our first big thing. We'll be doing Spider-Man and Wolverine, but I would like to do Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine.
Yeah, those are my two favorite out of that whole
go into Ultimate Endgame. I was not a huge fan of Ultimate X-Men. But yeah. I would like to get into it. I wasn't a fan of Ultimate Black Panther. I thought started okay, but then it got really, really preachy, and I was just like, all right, cool. So
yeah, I read a couple issues of the Ultimates. The Ultimates, and I kind of fell out of that one, but I stuck with Spider-Man and with Wolverine. I really liked how those ones went. Spider-Man especially. That one was really well done.
Who would have known that like Spider-Man and his actual family would sell comics?
Yeah. It's interesting too, because people complain about Absolute Batman that his mom's still alive, but no one says anything about Ultimate Spider-Man. He just chose to be Spider-Man. Like everyone's alive. No, there was no deaths.
Uncle Ben's there.
Yeah, everyone's there.
He's He's like best friends with J. Jonah Jameson. Okay, so he says, Anthony says, with it being 20-year anniversary of both World War Z and 30 Days of Night, can you guys review those graphic novels? I have World War Z.
I've read 30 Days of Night, but I don't think I have it anymore.
I can get it for us. Yeah, I mean, like I will put that in the list of things to review. It would not be like anytime real soon. Might be able to do it on a one-off show in between waiting on books to drop. But yeah, that we could do something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll put out a schedule soon. But next week for sure is Knightfight number 4, and the week after that is DC K.O. number 4. And we're gonna finish up all the shorts on the All Fight month, and then we'll go into some books like Spider-Man and Wolverine, and maybe we'll touch on the Ultimate Universe. That might be fun to do, I think. So for Lunchbox Warren and Laps Comic Fan, have a good night, everybody, and don't die.
Be safe and God bless.